Good morning, guys, and welcome. My name's Connor. This is Hotheads Media. We bring you the latest and greatest from our dynamic industry. We are your information specialists. So I hope you've all had a blessed week. It's now the 3rd of February 2025. I can't believe the year's flying so quickly. It's just been mad January for us here at Men's Grooming Company. So if you haven't seen my video last week, this is the first thing I need to talk about in the show today. If you haven't seen my video last week, go over and check it out because this is an overview of the Babyliss Pro and the Tomb 45 drop. Now they released a trimmer and a clipper. And the one thing I found from this is there's so much tribalism within the barbering industry that I just don't think it's really necessary. Most people call for one side or the other. Now, for me, I am a neutral channel. I don't pick sides. I just question innovation, whether it's good or bad. And I'm here for barbers and hairdressers. I'm not here to collaborate with one brand or another. That being said, if you want to send me some clippers, or some products, I'll happily give it a fair review and let people know if it is actually good or not, or worth the time spent. Now, when I posted this video, I had a lot of love and a lot of hate. Now, Bossio, who is the founder of Tomb 45, he actually messaged on the thing, and there was a lot of positives from it, and there was a few negatives from it. So I just wanted to clear up the fact that I wasn't being negative about this collaboration at all. I actually feel it's quite interesting. And I said to him it was probably the best drop of the year so far, and we have yet to see how it's going to perform through the year. It could be one of the best selling clippers and trimmers of the year, but only time will tell. And it could be set up for that great sort of innovation that we need within the barbering industry. Now, I did reference sales and I did reference money when we were talking on the show. Now, everything I talk about is my opinion here, or it's an accumulation of insights I've gathered through the week, speaking to different people, because I am actually quite connected within the industry. Now, I had no hard facts to back up my statement about sales and money coming into 245, but the one thing I will say is I found it genuine information when I was told. But again, this is all my opinion, and this is my own thoughts and feelings on all these matters. So take whatever I say, understanding the fact that it is my own opinion, and if I do have facts, I will back up. So I believe I owe him an apology, or I do believe I just need to make it more clear that where I haven't got facts to back it up per se. But everything I will say on this channel comes from great info and great insights within the barbering and hairdressing community. So I just wanted to clear that up, and I just want to say I wasn't bashing the Tomb 45 and the Babyliss drop. I think, again, it's interesting, and let's see how it performs through the year. So let's move on to a bit of news within the industry now. So first bit of news that we've got this week. Oh, let's actually stay with that. If you want to see more on the Babyliss and Tomb 45 drop, Bossio has actually done a story behind the Babyliss and Tomb 45 clippers, which I watched, and I thought it was really interesting to see all the innovation and all the work that's gone in behind the scenes, which I didn't know about. So this is on Chris Bossio's page, so go and follow him. Go and give him a subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you watch this because it's really, really interesting. A lot of hard work went into this collaboration. So we are now going to move on to some news. And the first bit of news we've got is Barber Boxing has now released their tickets. They went on sale on the 1st of February. Now, if you are in any weight category and you want to get yourself in the ring and you are a barber, this is your perfect opportunity. So head to the link in the bio and you can sign up. You can go and grab your tickets now from the link in the bio also. There should be some great matchups. And actually, I believe we're going to do a bit of work with Barber Boxing this year. Hopefully, we can go down and we're going to do a few interviews. We're going to get some coverage of the show. And I think it will be a great collaboration between Hotheads Media and the Barber and Boxing team. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm into boxing. This is something I really want to collaborate on. So yeah, make sure you go and get your tickets for the show. It's in Telford in March, and it should be a good one. or is it April? And yeah, so it'll be a great show, loads of people there, great networking event. And yeah, Hotheads Media will be there. So if you are there, come and say hello. So next up, I've also been asked to do a sessions pod at Barber Connect this year, and that I believe is in May, I think the 22nd, 23rd, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. So I'm on the Sunday at 1:30, so if you guys are at Barber Connect, come and say hello. I'll be talking all things insight, Olivia Garden, and Hotheads Media. So come and have a look. I'm going to be demonstrating some work. I think I'm on for about half an hour. And this is the ultimate barbering event this year. So you can get your tickets for free now in Europe's Ultimate Barber Exhibition. Join us at the National Exhibition Centre, which is the NEC. So it's just around the corner for me this year, which is amazing. So this is the 18th and 19th of May, 2025. Celebrate your barbering community. This 2-day trade event features expert-led education, exclusive deals, discounts from leading barbers, brands, networking opportunities with fellow professionals. So that's one of the best things when you go to somewhere like Barber Connect. The networking opportunities are incredible. When you go and speak to brands, you can get your face out there. And like everybody says, go and talk to these brands, go and talk to these people that you want to work with. Make sure you're known, and it is a great networking opportunity. Barber Connect is one of the best shows of the year, and I really, really enjoy it. It's obviously barber-centric, so you know there's going to be loads of barbers, loads of hairdressers there, and everyone involved with the industry. So make sure you get yourself there, and make sure you get your ticket. So let's play this. So they have some great education there. They have some great names going, and some of the exhibitors have already been released. And it's again your usual suspects like Mataki, Gamma are going to be there. You've got people like Passion, so you can get some scissors there. An interesting one this year is Menspire, because they don't always go, so it'd be good to go and see the boys. And it looks like they're gonna be selling some products and stuff. So if you want to go get some Menspire products, make sure you head down to stand number 17. Is that? Inspired Studio, I spoke to the guy last year. He's doing some incredible education, so make sure you get down there. So there's some of the exhibitors that you can see at Barber Connect this year. So make sure you go now, follow the link in the bio at Barber Connect, and you get your free tickets today. What's not to love? And for us, it's amazing here in the Midlands because it's at the NEC, the best venue in the UK, no matter what anybody says. So moving on, what else have we got news for you today? The National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation are now doing a Trust the NHBF for the hair and beauty suppliers. So you trust checker trade for trades. Now, the only problem with this is it's going to be a subscription service, so you have to pay. Our assured trade membership gives you sector-specific verification, professional vetting, digital trust badge, industry recognition. Now, that's exactly what I'm here for at Hotheads Media. If you guys want to know where the best place to go and get your tools from, get your information from, get anything you need to help your career progress in 2025, Hotheads Media is your place. And you don't have to pay for it. All you have to do is give us a subscribe, join the community, like and share the channel and the videos whenever you can. And that's what it's all about, giving this free, great information to everybody within our industry. And you haven't got to pay for stupid subscriptions that don't actually give you any value. And all you do is it just costs you over the year. So if you want to know where to come to get your trusted everything, come here at Hotheads Media. Now, let's just shout out our trusted provider, which is Barber Blades. Now, we've got a discount code, which is Hotheads10. So you can use that on all products to get 10% discount. And I'm going to show you the page now. So this is Barber Blades. You can get everything here: clippers, trimmers, hair dryers, every sort of product you want, electrical, grooming, essentials, furniture, everything you need everything you need to level up your career in 2025. Now, another recommended but not our go-to retailer is Chris & Sons. They have now upgrade your cuts with the Barber style premium guards. So this is interesting. I wonder how these are going to perform. The only guards I really like are the wall metal clip-on ones. Now, these have been an industry standard for the last 20 years, maybe the last 10 years. They used to have the slide-on ones, which I'm really not a fan of because they used to flip off, and they used to have the plastic ones. But since they upgraded to the metal premium ones, they've been the best ones on the market. The Tomb 45 and the Babyliss collection last week actually dropped some really cool green metal clip-on guards. They look really good. They could be a contender. And these new ones from Chris & Sons, I like the colours, and apparently they're premium guards. So level up your cuts with a clip-on magnetic guards. So I'm hoping that means it's not just like a just like a push-on sort of thing. I hope it actually clips on well, and it says it's got magnetic in it, so it should be a good hold to the guard. So perfect for precision, durability, and smooth glide for every time. Clip-on and magnetic options, so 2 different ones. Multiple colours to match your style. I do like the colours, the blue, pink, and green. They are cool looking. So which colour are you picking? Let me know. So that is Chris & Sons. They are a good provider of barber tools, but again, our recommended ones are barber blades. Right, so onto a bit of news from America. So this was from G&B Pro. So did you know the record for the oldest working barber was held by Anthony Macchianelli? I think that's how you say it, who was still cutting at the age of 108 years old. That's crazy, and it's really inspiring. So he began his barbering career in 1928 and worked for over 90 years, inspiring generations of barbers. Sadly, he passed away in 2021, but his legacy lives on, a true icon in the barbering world. So that's amazing. So the Guinness World Record's 108 years old. So this is a little video. So this is a little video and a homage.
I'll be March, I'll be 108. Oh,
Anthony Mancinelli was 96 when the Guinness World Records named him the oldest working barber. That was 11 years ago. He's still at it, full time. How many days a week do you work?
5 days.
You work 5 days a week?
Yeah.
How many, what hours?
Oh, it's 8 hours a day.
When he started cutting hair back in 1921, Warren G. Harding was in the White House. A haircut cost 25 cents. Look at that. Check out those manual clippers he once used. And he's got no plans to retire. Not yet.
No, I says I'm old when I can't do anything. I'm working, that's okay.
After all, he still has clients who count on him. That includes his own son. The gentleman giving me a haircut.
I think that's absolutely incredible. 108 years old and still cutting, well, he was still cutting hair. I think that's really inspiring. It makes you think, how long can you actually cut hair for? If you look after yourself, you have great posture, you make sure you got some good footwear, you look after your health, you can carry on cutting hair for the rest of your life, and it's creative. You can be passionate about it. And amazing. That's really inspiring. 108 years old. So, you know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It gives you a bit of inspiration going into 2025. Make sure you're working hard and enjoy your career, because it's a privilege to be in the barbering industry. Whether some people say that or not, that's what I truly believe. Now, if you want a bit more inspiration, here are 10 Instagram pages of barbers who educate and give tutorials that you should be following 2025. Now, my favorite educator, which is the 1 Minute Barber, which is Michael Home, he's not on this list because tends to be like American sort of based, and he's not actually on Instagram at the moment, but he's got one of the best followings and communities I know on YouTube, and that is the 1 Minute Barber. So make sure you go over and check his YouTube channel. But here are 10 other pages you can go and check. So here are some of the best pages to follow in 2025. Please drop an additional educators in the comments so we can share this wealth of knowledge for individuals on Instagram 2025. And the TPOB, I'm richer than all of them combined. Typical. You know what? I'm not even going to comment on that. So 10 Instagram pages. So this is Dre Clipper Hands, Marty Blends. So these have all got great following. They look like they've got some good tutorials. This is the fourth Ken, Joel Therese Style, Pappy Beam, Taylor Cuts. Some of these guys you might know and follow already. Nicole Renee, Stay Gold, Sergio Baron, George's Fades. So there's 10 people that you guys should be following in 2025. So we'll just go back and just make sure you guys get all of that. So go and get some inspiration. 2025 is the year of the barbers. I don't care what anybody says. This is an amazing career to be in. It's an amazing industry. Again, there's a lot of tribalism, but hopefully here at Hotheads Media, we can break through that tribalism and just give you guys some great information so we can all just level up as a community and absolutely smash 2025. So that is it for the news this week. What I'm going to do is start not trying to cram everything in, because I think I can elaborate more on the articles if I don't try and cram everything in like I used to. And I hope you guys have enjoyed that. But one thing I will say is I got this through the post the other day. Now, this is the British Hairdressing Award winning collections. So you have to sign up to the Hairdressers Journal. I think you can sign up to it in the UK and Europe, potentially in America, but you can sign up to it over here. Now, these winning collections are just incredible. These are the winners from the British Hairdressing Awards 2024. And honestly, I got this through the door, and I tell you what, it is inspiring. Some of these things, especially like, let's just show you the Kevin Lynchman one, which is obviously highly associated with our channel and our business, which is barbering. But even some of the, ones, the hairdressing ones are just so inspirational. It's unreal. Let me just see if I can find this one. So this is the Kevin Lynchman one. Like, some of these images are incredible and really, really forward thinking. I just think this has honestly been really eye-opening, and I tell you what, like, it's really given me a bit of inspiration. Like, this is from Andrew Smith. That's one of the women's collections. Now you can see that a lot of it is short hair, and this is transitioning the barbering into hairdressing. You know, it's pretty much the same industry. Yes, we're trained in different services like cutthroat shaving, but realistically, hair is hair. So, you know, I think something like this collection is like sort of making the transition a lot more possible and a lot more clear between hairdressing and barbering. So that's amazing. So let's go on to the hot topic this week. So our hot topic, do you need to fire a client? Yes or no? Is there clients in your chair that let you down every week, that don't turn up, that really mess up your schedule, that you just don't like cutting? Because you can turn clients away if you don't like cutting them. If you don't vibe with them, you don't like their energy, that is perfectly acceptable to turn people away. Your clients reflect you as a barber, and not everybody deserves to sit in your seat. And actually, you don't need everybody to sit in your seat. I think this has been a really interesting hot topic, because over the years for me, there's been many people in my seat that I wish I would have had enough money, and I wish I would have had the balls to say, do you know what, get lost. But I never really understood how to do that. And at the time, you know, in my younger years, I was just keen. It didn't matter if they were late. It didn't matter if they turned up, you know, like they missed no-shows, you know, they missed appointments. It didn't matter if they did all these things. I was just hungry for the money. But do you know what? That probably set me back a little bit, because I could have got other clients in there that wanted that slot and would turn up each week. So I think having the right clients in your chair in 2025 is something really important for sustainable business going forward. Now, we all want to lose a client, but how do we do it? Well, most of us want to lose clients, but how do we get around it? Now, I'm going to show you something, and this was a post, and this was from Marvy Marv, and it's a great way to fire a client if they're consistently late for appointments or frequency doing no-shows. Because remember, when this happens, it is money taken out of your pocket if they don't turn up. And most of the time, they don't want to pay a cancellation fee, and they don't want to pay for the missed appointment next time they come in your chair. So again, I'm going to show you a way to fire a client if needed. So, Marvy Marv, need to fire a client that's consistently late or appointments or frequently doing a call no-shows. Doing no call, no shows. That really annoys me. But here's what you say. Hi, it's Marvy Marv. Something simple and direct like this, it's only feel uncomfortable at first, but soon after you'll feel a weight lifted off your shoulders. So hey, and your client's name. I wanted to touch base about your appointments. Due to scheduling conflicts and reoccurring issues with timing, I've decided it's best for us to part ways professionally. I appreciate your business over the years, but moving forward, I recommend finding another barber who can fit your schedule. Thank you for understanding. Now, I think that's a great way of firing a client. Keeps things professional. You don't have to get personal with it. And it frees up the slot for somebody else. So I'm just going to go over that again. Hi, client's name. I wanted to touch base about your appointments. Due to scheduling conflicts and reoccurring issues with timing, I've decided it's best for us to part ways professionally. I appreciate your business over the years, but moving forward, I recommend finding another barber who can better fit your schedule. Thank you for understanding. That's a great way, like I say, to fire a client. That was a great hot topic for today. So let's move on to our Pro Tools 101. So for our Pro Tools 101, I just want to quickly go over last week's, which is cutthroat shaving. So many people said to me, this was a great section, you know, I'm thinking about buying a razor, I'm thinking about, you know, getting into shaving, I recommended courses. So I don't want to go too much into it, but if you're interested in seeing some shapes and stuff you can create while shaving, here's some facial hair types and just understanding the difference between the facial hair types and having a great consultation with your client in the seat that wants a shave or a beard trim or something like that. This is really going to help your understanding of the facial hair and how much of a game changer it is. So this was from the London School of Barbering. They are releasing some little education tips, which is great. So this is showing you the difference between beards, clean shaving, stubble, if it loads, you know, different facial hair. So I thought I just wanted to show you that, but you can go over to the London School of Barbering and you can find all that information on there. They have some great worksheets. So today we've got scissors. Now there's so many different types of scissors you can look at. There's so many different handles, ornate designs and everything. We're just going to stick today with your basic straight cutting scissor, and we can go on about texturizing scissors and all the other things later down the line. Now these are my cutting scissors. So these are a 5-inch quartered steels. Japanese steel, handcrafted, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Now with these, whether you can tell, they've got like a pointed tip, so these are great for precision cutting. They've got a small blade, and I just find these absolutely incredible. Now they're not cheap, but I think investing in a great pair of scissors really helps the work, and it makes things just a lot easier. So these are some scissors I recommend. These are the QS and these are the Novas. So these honestly have been some of the best scissors I've ever purchased in my life. Shout out to Dan and shout out to Quartered Steels. These QS scissors are incredible and they do a specific job. Now these are again for point cutting or precision cutting when I'm doing long hair. They're not necessarily for scissor over comb or anything like that. And I love the size of the blade and I love the fact that it's 5.5 inch. Now I've also got some longer scissors which are a 6-inch scissor. Now these are from Jean, which is Olivia Garden. This is the new men's Barber inside of the Olivia Garden brand. These are really, really great, but these are for scissor over comb rather than precision cutting. And the reason these are for precision over comb, scissor over comb, sorry, rather than for precision cutting, is the fact that they have a longer blade. Now, if I had a shorter blade, I could potentially use that for precision work. But the reason these are better for scissor over comb is the fact that they have got the longer blade. So as I move my thumb and I move the blade, I'm obviously keeping the other one still, but the reason this is great is because they have a longer scissor. Now, the more I do this, over a period of time, the blades warm up. Now, as the blades warm up, they slightly create a gap they slightly create a heat gap. So it means that as you're doing that for a long period of time, the blades get warmer and they slightly expand. Now, the longer the blade, the more time it takes for that to happen and the cleaner the cut for longer. If I was going to do that with these scissors, which are my QS, my 5.5s, it would take a shorter amount of time for them to heat up and expand. And that means I'll get less of a clean cut and it will start offsetting the blade of my scissors. So that's why I use the Jean Olivier Garden 6-inch scissor for my scissor over comb work on my client's hair and when I'm working on stage or out at education days. These are incredible. I really, really like them. So I definitely recommend going to get a pair of these. And again, they're better for scissor over comb because the blades are longer and they keep me having a cleaner cut for longer. So they're my two scissors that I use, my straight scissors. I did have another pair of QS that I was using, but I've recently just switched over to these ones, and these ones are incredible. Now, I would like to go and get a pair of Mizutani scissors because I think Mizutani are really, really good, but you pay for what you get. Now, you can get a range of scissors between £100 and £2,000, anywhere in between. I do believe these are close to probably 800, which are my QS scissors. I was saying that my clients, I was having a conversation with them the other day, and my clients couldn't really believe how much my scissors cost me. And then when I broke down all my scissors, all my clippers, everything like that, it came to nearly 3,000. So, you know, making your clients aware of how much you spend on it allows you to be confident in maybe charging the prices you charge, but hey ho. So again, scissors, they can fluctuate from anywhere from 100 to a couple of thousand. Just because it's more expensive doesn't mean it's going to be any better. So I will give you tips and tricks in a second to look out for so you know which scissor to buy. But you can go to somewhere like Barber Blades and you can get a straight scissor. This is a Mataki. I used to use Mataki. They're okay. They're not, for me, as good as QS, but you know, you can get them off Barber Blades like you can many other scissors, but they do some good deals. So these are the Mataki Elite Supernova scissors. So these are $795, which is expensive. You can get a pair of QS for that, but I just wanted to show you what a straight scissor is. So again, you can go and get different ones. You don't have to get that. Some recommended things are like Jaguar. I used Jaguar for the first 5 years of my career. They're amazing. Joal used to be a really, really big supplier of scissors, and they used to be really popular in the UK. They're really popular within hairdressing. You've got Passion, you've got many different brands. So I'm going to give you some ideas on how to pick the right scissor for you. But I just typed in what is a straight scissor on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Google, and this is a description of a straight cutting, hairdressing and barbering scissors. So this is an AI overview. So I'll read this to you now, see what they say. Straight cutting, hairdressing and barbering scissors, also called, sorry, I didn't transition that over. So straight cutting, hairdressing and barbering scissors, also called straight scissors, are a traditional design with both the finger and thumb rings aligned in a straight level line, featuring sharp, straight blades that allow for precise, clean cuts, making them ideal for general trimming and creating even lengths across the hair. Considered the most basic and common type of hair cutting scissor used by barbers and hairdressers. So there's many things in that I would say are definitely correct, and other things like saying they're not the most basic, and they're definitely the most common, but they're not the most basic. Sometimes a scissor that doesn't have all the bells and whistles, like it doesn't look fancy or anything, they can be the most expensive, and they're definitely not the most basic. So key points about a cutting scissor: you've got blade design, hand alignment, application, and ergonomics. So for blade design, both the upper and lower blades are the same shape with fully vertical cutting edge. Handle alignment, the finger rings are perfectly aligned for the same place, creating a classic straightforward grip. So application for cutting scissors, straight scissors, best suited for general hair cutting, trimming, and creating even lengths across the hair. And ergonomics, while widely used, some may find the straight handle design less ergonomic compared to offset or crane handle scissors. So I always use a offset handle because it helps my wrist. A straight scissor like handle is not my preferred. I do like a slightly offset one, which really does help my wrist and my thumb. But I've built up such a strength through here that it really doesn't matter. But over a long period of time, if you are using it for long periods throughout the day, which we all are, an offset handle definitely helps. So again, I've wrote some notes down that I'll talk to you about and how to choose the right cutting scissor. So let me go over this for you now. Let me just get my notes up. Right, so how to choose the right cutting scissors. So before buying a pair of scissors, consider the steel type, ergonomics, length, weight. These factors will all impact performance, comfort, and longevity. So I'm just going to read that again because that is so important. Before buying a pair of scissors, consider steel type, ergonomics, length, and weight. These factors impact performance, comfort, and longevity. So steel type and quality, sharpness and durability. So Japanese steel is the best. No matter what anybody says, Japanese steel is the best. It's super precise and it allows for smooth cuts. So it's used in premium brands like Mizutani, Joel, and Keisho. This also goes for QS, but realistically, for me, Mizutani are probably the best scissors on the market today. Didn't realize Joel was Japanese steel, and Joel are really, really good. So Keisho as well. So German steel has the best durability. So it's tougher, it holds an edge for longer, and found in brands like Jaguar and Dovo. Now Jaguar for me was amazing. I used them when I first started out in the hairdressing and barbering industry, and I used them for 5 years. And I'm ashamed to say I never actually got them sharpened, and they were all right for 5 years. So I'd highly recommend a Jaguar pair of scissors if you are getting into or just starting out your career. And like I've just specified here, they're the best for durability. So 440C stainless steel, these are 3 different types of steels that you can get. So it's very balanced. So it's affordable but sharp, and seen in scissor brands like Kamizuri and Haraki. So these are mid-range models. So that's stainless steel. So Japanese steel is best for sharpness. German steel is best for durability. And 440C stainless steel is the most balanced and the cheapest. So VG10 and Damascus steel. Oh, sorry, so there's another one. So this is very high end. So this is ultra sharp, handcrafted quality used in Sensei, Hanzo, and Yasuka. So I've said that it's high end, but it's definitely not as good as Japanese steel. But this is a tip. If you want razor sharp edges, go Japanese. If you want longer lasting durability, go German. You know what German engineering is like. They make things to last, whereas the Japanese, they make things that are very, very well crafted and do the job perfectly. So Japanese steel if you want the best sharpness, German steel for best durability, 440C stainless steel is very well balanced, and VG10 Damascus steel is high end. So now we're going to get on to ergonomics. So ergonomics, this is your handle design, the comfort and grip. So you've got a classic grip, which is a straight handle. You've got an offset handle, which is more relaxed. You've got a crane handle, and these all give you different types of grips. So a classic, which is a straight handle, traditional, but can strain wrists, like I said previously. An offset handle, which is my preferred go-to, is a more relaxed grip, reduces wrist tension, and it's best for all-day use. I 100% agree with that. And a crane handle, which is the most ergonomic, keeps elbows lower and great for barbers cutting long hours. Now, I had to reference crane handle, but because I'm going to show you a video in a minute, but I personally think keeping your elbows lower is not a good cutting style. Keeping your elbows high, which is I call chicken wings and your chest out, that is the best for overcompensating on the overall round shape of everything going on in the universe. And I'll elaborate more with that in a minute. So scissor length, so a quick tip, if you experience wrist pain, go offset or crane. Don't go with the straight scissor. And again, I would always just go offset because classic, there's been a lot of development in scissors where offset has just taken over really. So scissor length, precision for barbering work, precision versus barbering work. So 4.5 and 5.5, which are like my QS. Best for precision cutting, point cutting, and detailing. So they're common in hairdressing and barbering. So a 6-inch is versatile all-rounder for most cutting techniques and my preferred length for scissor over comb. And 6.5 and 7-inch is ideal for barbering, scissor over comb work, cutting larger sections. Now, I do know hairdressers that use a 6.5 and a 7-inch for precision cutting or chipping in. And I do know a lot of barbers that use a 6.5 and a 7-inch scissor. But for me, that is too long. Like, I've got quite small hands for a bloke. Now, I think if you have got bigger hands, or let's just say normal size hands for a bloke, a 6.5 or a 7 is perfectly fine. But my preferred longest scissor is a 6-inch. I used to have a 7-inch by Kamazori, and they looked cool. They cost me like 300 quid. I got them from Barber Connect one year, and they had this green little skull, and they were really the worst scissors I've ever bought in my life. They were really unbalanced, really, really unbalanced. I couldn't cut with them at all. And that's why I like the Jean ones from Olivia Garden. The 6-inch are just really balanced, and I really, really like them. So a tip for hairdressers, shorter scissors, barbers, longer scissors, just in a general theme, yeah? So hairdressers, shorter scissors, and that's precision work. Barbers, longer scissors, more for scissor over comb, because we go for a lot shorter styles. So we've talked about the type of steel, scissor length and precision, and ergonomics. And now we're going to talk about weight. So fatigue and cutting power. So lightweight scissors, easier to maneuver, best for precision and layering. Something like Joal, Yazaka and Mizutani. So lightweight is always my preferred. I don't ever want something too heavy, which was like the Kamazori ones, which I said that were really just unbalanced and I didn't like them. So heavier scissors, they tend to be slightly more powerful and better for control for thick hair and scissor over comb, like Jaguar, Keisho and Hanzo. But again, I just prefer a lighter scissor. But a great tip, if you cut thick hair, coarse hair, a slightly heavier scissor offers better control. Now, this is where I will say Not having one scissor as an all-rounder is great, but if you've got a couple of different scissors that do different things, that's probably the best, even though I do understand it gets more pricey. But the thing is, even with my clippers, I have 6 different clippers and they all do something specifically different. So when you start looking into the proper fine details of scissors and clippers and the tools within your industry, you really find there's something for everything. There's a tool for everything. So price ranges and what to expect. So an entry-level scissor may cost you from 50 to 150. So this tends to be like basic stainless steel and it's got a decent sharpness. Ones I recommend, which are Jaguar or Kamazori, both great for beginners. So a mid-range is 150 to 400. So this is mid-range. So it's got better steel, it's smoother cuts, it's ergonomic handles. So you can get something like Joal, Keisho, or Yasuka. You can also throw in quartered steels. Yeah, that's probably what I'd recommend. So that's mid-range. Now high range is anywhere from 400 to about 1500. So this tends to be Japanese steel or Damascus steel, but I would always go Japanese. So they're hand forged, ultra sharp, and these will be like Mizutani, quartered steels, some models at Keisho and Hanzo. But this is a great tip, a good mid-range pair, 150 for 400, will last years with the proper care. So you don't need to really spend high-end prices on scissors, but the one thing I will say is you do pay for what you get. And some of the more high-end ones that I've ever used, like the QS ones that are £800, they are the best scissors I have ever used in my life, and they make things so much easier. So you don't have to do it to start off with or midway through your career, but somewhere in your career, save up and go and get yourself a high-end pair of scissors, and I promise you it will change the game. So here's some final advice on how to choose. So do you need precision cutting? Go for shorter, lightweight scissors. Do you want scissor over comb daily, or do you use scissor over comb daily? Go for longer and slightly heavier scissors. Do you want the sharpest edge possible? Choose Japanese steel. Or do you need something that lasts longer in between sharpenings? Go German steel. Do you cut for long hours? Get an offset crane handle for comfort. So they're just some of my top tips. So again, I'm just going to read through that because it just breaks down everything and condenses it into a short synopsis. So do you want precision cutting? Go shorter and lighter scissors. Do you do scissor over comb daily? Go for longer and slightly heavier scissors. Do you want the sharpest edge possible? Choose Japanese steel. Do you need something that lasts longer in between sharpening? Go German steel. And do you cut for long hours? Go offset or crane handle for comfort. So choosing the right scissors makes cutting easier, reduces fatigue, and improves results. Invest in quality tools. It pays off in the long run. So they're my top tips on choosing a scissor, and hopefully you guys have learned a little bit about scissors and choosing the right ones. So what I will do is I'm just going to show you this. Video by Dean Gleason. Now,
require a little bit more control and creativity.
He's basically referencing a leaf scissors. Leaf scissors are really good as well. I would happily use a leaf scissor, but the reason I wanted to show you this, because this is the correct posture. But you see how he's got his head over the his chest. Now that is not the correct posture. You need to push your chest out and keep them chicken wings up. So that's like that. When you go like that and lean over, it's not great for your back, and longevity is not going to work. Now, what they're saying is basically using this set of scissors by Leaf, you can offset that by pulling your arms down. Now, personally, I would never do that, and I honestly am going to disagree with him here. This is just my opinion. But when you pull your arms in, like you will do in a second, there, you're going to naturally create a roundness. So whether you see it or not, if you don't have your arms up like that and chest out, if you pull your arms in, can you see the roundness that that's creating? That's square and that's round. Now, no matter what scissors you use, if you put your arms in and down to your chest, you're naturally going to create a roundness. Everything you see around you has a circular orientation to it, and it's slightly rounded. Now, we spin. The earth is round and we spin. So naturally, everything around it, wherever you think it is or not, there's a slight curvature to everything you do. Everywhere you go is slightly curved. And this will come out if you start using the wrong position. Now, keeping your arms up, chicken wings and chest out is honestly the best for precision cutting. Now, it might not make much of a difference when you're doing short styles, but when you're doing longer, finer, real precision work, if you drop your shoulders, if you drop your elbows, I promise you, somewhere down the line, you're going to end up creating a curve within your cut. So I'd never recommend it. And personally, I don't believe that's what them scissors are made for. But I will say Dean's amazing, and I will say Leaf scissors are incredible as well. So I just wanted to show you that the great posture will always help a great cut. So that's it for the Pro Tools 101. Really enjoyed that today. And now we'll roll on to the Q&A. So the Q&A today, let's have a quick look. Right, thanks for your info last week about razors. I really found this helpful. Just to clarify, you recommend a razor where the blade slides in and out? Yes, 100% I recommend a blade that slides in and out. If you've got cream and oil on your hand, opening the clamp just makes things a little bit more difficult. You could slip off the clamp and it's just a little bit more fiddly. If you can just slide it out, pop it out, slide one in, the tension stays better throughout the blade. It's a little bit less fiddly. So I definitely recommend the slide in, slide out ones, and the clamp over a period of time just becomes loose and the blade ends up going like that. So that's just my recommended one. So do you know anyone that can customize my clippers for me? I don't off the top of my head, to be honest with you, but I know there are Instagram pages and stuff out there that you can go and get your clippers sent off. To be honest with you, anyone that does art could probably do that for you and just put like a seal over it. If you want a custom made pair, Babyliss do a custom made pair. You can buy direct from Babyliss, but off the top of my head, I don't. I did used to know somebody, but I can't remember who they are now. So what competitions do you recommend for this year? It depends if you're barbering or hairdressing, but again, who cares? Who actually cares? Enter all the hairdressing competitions you can, enter all the barbering competitions you can. You've got Modern Barber, you've got Great British Barber Bash, you've got the It Guy, Creative Head, what else have you got? Most Wanted, you've got British Hairdressing Awards. That's just off my top of my head. The Dapper Dan, the Pro World Barber Series, how could I forget that one? They're some of the best competitions this year. British Master Barbers, World Barber of the Year, they keep on going. So some of them are best. Make sure you get your entries into the Pro World Barber Series though. The Dapper Dan one, because that's incredible. Obviously, I'm last year's winner or this year's winner. That's a really, really good one, and it can propel your career to the next heights. Any one of them will. So, love your show. Keep up the hard work. Thank you. Maybe looking to do something with... Oh, yeah, right. Oh, that's right. So, love your show. Keep up the hard work. So, there's not really a question, but I just want to say thank you. One thing I will say is I may be looking to do something with job adverts and paid promotions, because I get a lot of people asking me about if they know any jobs going within a certain area. or I'm forever seeing job applications. Now, what I'm going to kind of do is maybe a subscription service. So I'll start shouting out jobs within the local areas. You pay me a small fee of like, I don't know, a couple of quid a week or a couple of quid a month. And I'll just advertise your jobs for you until they get filled. Obviously, with our growing community, it's a great way to push out job advertisements. And a lot of barbers watch this and may want your to go and work at your salon, or maybe they don't know you've got positions available. And also, if I have a contact with the owner, I can talk to them, I can get a vibe from them. So I think that would be a great thing, job adverts going forward in 2025. So that's something that I maybe potentially look into. So let me know if you are interested. So do you rate Stylecraft, and have you seen their new job? This is a good one. I do rate Stylecraft, or Gamma as we know it over here. I use the Gamma Boosted, really, really good. You know, again, there's a lot of tribalism within barbering. I don't think there needs to be. Just come together as a community, try whatever you want, use whatever tools you want. Nobody's going to judge you, really, you know. One of my guys is really rating one of the monster clippers. I've not used them. He loves them. I've got a couple of the guys in here use TPOB and Gamma. I use Wal, Babyliss, you know. Everybody can use whatever they want. I use the Boosted. That's the only ones I've used. They were great. But Stylecraft and 360 Jeezy have just done a new drop. Crazy. So we're going to have a look at that at next week's show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So great show as always, guys. It's been great to connect with you again. Hope you have a blessed week. And I'll see you all next Monday. So take care. Catch up then.